start now.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us?
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Oh wait, let me join back in.
I think I hurt myself.
That was good.
Yes, I hurt myself.
Whoop myself.
Oh, that damn broke already.
Good afternoon, Ghost Riders. How is everybody doing? Angel, how are you? Good to see you and welcome to the show. We are Paranormal Outlaws.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Keith takes a sip.
Bang, bang.
Bang.
By the way, Renee, I love your cup. Just saying.
Yeah, Renee. Totally.
Wicked
got it.
witch.
I
Wicked
found my
witch.
foot sword.
And it's orange.
Yes.
What are y'all trying to say? You're like ready for Halloween or something? We still got a long ways to go.
Maybe.
I'm always ready for Halloween.
Christmaween, Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. That was pretty good. Tired but doing okay. Well, we feel you, but thank you for
Yes.
being here. Just for everybody, if you're tuning in from Facebook, please click the blue or the hyperlink that we just put in there that says host. That'll allow Facebook to allow you to see your comments so we know who you are. Only Facebook. Because Angel is coming in from the planet of YouTube. So, YouTubers, what's up? What's up, homies?
What up?
What up?
Sorry. I'm telling you how my age.
That's what we got to start doing for now. That's how we do it. So this is Paranormal Outlaws. I am the Hitman, Howie Odell.
I am promise
Hey,
you
that's
that
rude.
day, I promise the renegade bubble wrap cowgirl. I promised.
That's awesome.
I just
That's
gotta get
the
a
best
piece of
sound
bubble
effect.
wrap for my hat.
Love it. Love it. I am trying to share us out, and Facebook is making it difficult.
All right, while he's doing that, that is the cowboy, Keith
Yes,
Ottinger.
that is the cowboy. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
We welcome. Let's see, YouTube. This is Nikki. How you doing, Howie? I knew it was you. I knew it was you, Nikki. I'm just going by your name, Angel. Angel for the name of. I forgot how that Juice Newton. Anyway, for those, thank you.
Thank you.
We rolled this. Our next step is to make sure that Keith gets his hat, which we'll see how that happens.
I'm
gonna
working.
find one.
I know
It's got to be the right one.
it's got to be the
Gotta
right one.
Right one, and I haven't found that one. I thought that was it. No, that's not it.
Nah, you got to fit that one that fits a personality like we got.
Mm-hmm.
That.
She's the voodoo priestess over there. Oh, wrong way. Over there. Sorry about the planes, you guys.
That's all
Oh,
right.
good.
That's all good.
So thank you. We tried. Here, if you're tuning in from Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, we want to welcome you. Your comments and opinions are welcome.
Yes.
You have free to say, will, whatever you want. You could say to us, you could talk to us, you could express your opinion. Nothing will be held, even negative comments.
Mhm.
Just remember, if you disrespect us, you're probably going to get disrespected.
Yeah. And
We're
we're going to
pretty
lead you out to pasture. Sorry.
He's like, what? Feel
Not
free to
you.
share out. Thank you.
Not you.
But here we talk about any and everything paranormal, supernatural, and spiritually related. These are our opinions and not necessarily I have to say this, not necessarily the opinions of RNN or its affiliates. However, these are our straight opinions. And we started this a year ago, Keith and I. Yeah, a year ago.
It's been a year, man.
A
Yep.
year.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Look at that. And here we
I'm
are.
not kissing you, just saying.
I should have had
It
my
is
bottle.
2023, so anything's possible.
Anything is possible. So, what's on the agenda? I think I got Keith pretty good today. Renee might have got you.
Yes.
I think for those of you who did not see what was posted out or anything, there is talk of a specific scroll that has been found. It's a pre-existing scroll, pre the biblical terms, pre-Egyptian, may even go as far as Sumerian.
Free everything.
Yeah,
almost.
pre everything. I would agree, and it was really interesting because the sapphire scroll talks about the very beginning. It goes past. It's pre-Genesis. Okay, for you guys, yeah, I saw that.
It's interesting that sapphire is a stone that is supposed to assist you connecting with the divine.
Agreed.
And here we go. I'm glad you brought that up, Keith, because this scroll communicates and understands and tries to allow the understanding of numerics to alphabetical connections.
Every pre-existing language, I mean, they had a number assigned to a letter, and it all matched somehow. And Greg Braden, I believe,
Mhm.
he took that information along with the information from that scroll, and he figured out that it has to do with DNA. And help me continue because I just went blank.
It's okay. He took the elemental chart and was crossing it over
Yes.
to the alphabetical to the numerical. And he was starting to link up, and he actually got a phrase. And it had to do with God.
Yes. Inner light. God is in our DNA. We were spoken into existence. We were created by the word. The word has numbers assigned to each letter. Therefore, speaking is mathematics.
It's mathematics and it's spiritual. So there's science and spiritual. And he did say you can't use one or the other. You have to use them both to understand it.
Yep. I mean, even I don't know about you guys, but for me, I started to notice this around lockdown period with me. It's when my gifts really started to open up because I decided to do some shadow work. What else was I going to do? Nothing. So, and I was breathing, just meditating, breathing, and I said, wait a minute, this sounds familiar, and I know this word. Even when we breathe, when we inhale and we exhale, we say this word.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
Yep.
This is
Ooh.
also taught in Tao.
Who?
Excellent. Yeah, love in the background. It really is. It's awesome. But you can find this in all cultures too. When I started doing my thesis on probability of proving the existence of spirit, I should use ghost, but I have to use a word ghost relating to human. Um, and then I went back into science and I found a lot of what I needed when I reread Einstein's first book. And I realized everything we've been taught is wrong and that atoms are not solid, they're gas, they're a gaseous form. So I'm going, wow, okay. So that started leading up. And here we are now, knowing that there's an item pre existing societies idealistic views of who we were to who we are. And now we're looking at it from a whole different point of view. If people embrace the scroll, and we were coming to an understanding that this could actually lead us to what many people have been wanting to know. Can we prove the existence of spirit? Can we prove the existence of ghosts, of other life forms outside of this? Come on. It's all fact. This isn't we don't bring just bullshit to this show. We talk fact, and a lot of it is our opinions, but these are facts we're talking about, folks.
Yeah, and we know enough to be dangerous. We don't. I mean, I won't claim to know everything. I know a little bit about a lot of things, and a lot about a few things. But I'm learning every day. Sitting here talking with you two, I learn. Like Howie said, what they taught you in science class about the atom is false. There is space in between those, and they put off light. Protons put off light. We have protons in us, therefore there is light within us. When I look to spirit, what I see when I'm connecting with spirit is I see the most beautiful, huge, swirling light. Say everything in this universe is created from light, the Big Bang. Boom. What was first? Light. And then eventually, somehow, the light became different molecules, different atoms, different compounds. This table I'm sitting on right here, you knock on it, feels pretty solid, don't it? It's not solid. It's full of air, full of space, full of light. It's packed into a smaller area. It's more dense than the air is.
Mm-hmm. That's a great example, Keith. When you get paste wood comparatively to solid wood, the paste wood has space, like you're saying. It's got space, it's got air, it can let light in. Where a solid piece of wood is a solid form, it's a solid material. But again, it's the interesting part to this. I know this is getting really wild out there. You guys work with us here, but wood is a living organism. Pastewood was a living organism that's now been crushed, rendered, turned into sawdust, used glue, and pushed back together.
Yep.
You see the metaphor there? It's very interesting. Taz.
Grapes, you got to crush grapes to get wine. When we have tower moments, we kind of get crushed.
Yes.
Our spirit gets crushed. Our ego gets crushed, but we come out stronger and in a better form.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So,
and then, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Because Keith had touched about Big Bang theory.
Mm-hmm.
I caught it before we came on, so I'm sorry that I didn't read all of it. But there is something that they're seeing isn't supposed to be there if the theory of Big Bang really was to happen, because there's something out there that is
They're
not
missing.
supposed to be.
Right. And I think the science part is almost there. So you're right. It's almost there.
Mm-hmm.
But they're missing perhaps this scroll.
Maybe.
Maybe that's the key. Because I was in a discussion yesterday at work, of all places, with the Moltec guys, and I get along with them real well. They think like I do. Okay, the Earth, it rotates. Okay, it's got the little wobble, which is where we get summer, winter, because of different angles of the sun. The moon doesn't spin. Why doesn't the moon spin? Why doesn't it rotate? Other moons do. Why doesn't this one?
Mm-hmm.
We rotate around the sun as we rotate. Our galaxy rotates in the Milky Way. The Milky Way rotates. The entire galaxy rotates. 26,593 year cycle is what our galaxy flips around on.
Right.
That's where you get the age of Aquarius, the age of Scorpio. I'm not able to math today, but each Scorpio is this amount of time. Aries is this amount of time. Sag is this amount of time. And it reflects in how we as society treat each other, what we do, times of peace, times of war. Yeah. And the closer we get to the black sun, which a lot of people don't believe in, it's supposed to get better and better and better. And then we loop around it and we shoot back out, and it starts getting worse and worse and worse. And then as we come back around, it's not a round orbit. It's kind of oval, maybe egg-shaped.
Elliptical.
But it's a 26,500 year orbit.
With the universe constantly expanding, proven by quantum physics.
Yes. Which, how is the universe constantly expanding if there was no force to initially start it expanding?
Oh, look, science.
And once it stops expanding, will it start retracting due to gravity until everything is so dense into the size of a pea, and then something sets it off and we start over?
Start over.
How many times has this happened?
Valid point.
And I fry my brain with this one all the time. How can nothing exist because there is nothing for nothing to exist in?
That's another good point. Now, let me say this while he's getting ready to say that. If you're on Facebook, please hit the little blue hyperlink that says https://chat.restream.io/FB. That's just allowing you to come to us so we can see your name. I just want to make sure we saw that. But I want to put that up. This is a valid. I want to see here. Can I do it this way? Yep. That's a great point. And if you're a Facebook user, please hit that link, allow it, and then you'll say to return back to Facebook, whatever. Just do that.
Yeah, please.
And that question is something that Joni and I actually touch on the show. It is astrology. That is how we know what age we're in. Mm-hmm. We are just going into the age of Aquarius, literally. Mm-hmm. So things are supposed to be getting better. Let's find out. Let's see. Let's give it some patience and let things flow and see what happens.
And this is a valid point. I think maybe the effect of what's going on is why we have all this emotional effects on us right now. Okay. The Orion effect was the base of the universe affecting us and us affecting the universe. That's how I came up with the Orion effect. I have a whole theory. There's a whole theory to it. And it works.
Back it.
What's that?
There's science to back it.
Absolute science. There is science. I mean, I prefer to use science. And that's probably why I circle around people who are into the spiritual and astrology. Because, bam, I feel that. But it gives me balance. So understanding that I could take the science, understand when people speak in spirituality, a lot of the spiritual community like to talk about dimensions, etc. The spiritual community is one who says time does not exist. I I have a hard time with that one. There is time, but it's not as we recognize as humans. Humans created the quote time for organization. That's why there is time now. What what we as humans know as time, but there is a form of time that's in a mathematical equation that helps us understand places and things that are taking place. Yet it be a stream straight line, yet it be webbed out. Depends on your belief, your theory, and your understanding. So here we go again. It's science working with spirituality. And we're right back to where we just started talking. It's very interesting. Very good, yeah.
And who's to say? And then there's people that say it's science or it's spirituality who can't say it can't be both. And that's where the answer is both.
Exactly. Let's see here. Let's show this. It says, "This is your Renee. I'm out. The link didn't work. I'm back on FB. Have a great day." I'm not
Maybe
sure
hop
why-
over to YouTube.
Yeah, maybe YouTube. You
Yeah,
can catch
maybe
us over
YouTube.
there. I'm not sure why it didn't work. It usually will set you right in there. But hopefully we can help you out. And thanks, Renee. Thanks for letting us know that was you. I appreciate that. I think it's a big hitter because right now, as much as when we say we see a huge expansion in spirituality right now, it's huge. Even the church is worried about the spirituality that's growing. They're worried that they're going to lose members or they're going to lose, their power, if you will. If I was the church, I would embrace it
Exactly.
because now is the time to show, hey, we are the church, and this is why we are the church. Did we do things wrong? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Let us own. And here's something we'll never hear. And Keith, Renee, here it is.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Not
No
sorry.
acknowledgement.
Mm,
Acknowledgement of what they've done in the past. It's
Yep.
kind of like 2019 people want acknowledgement of a certain race. Okay, not even going there, but now what if the church acknowledged we did some bad things? This is why, but we wanted to make sure people understand that there is a loving God.
Yep.
Go ahead, Keith.
Okay. The loving God. I don't know if you've ever heard of Morgue. He's on YouTube. The man
yes.
is amazing. He has blown my mind more than once, and I'm going to try to get him on the Otter's Den. Wish me luck. But he brought up a very good point. And I would have to go back and watch the episode in order to get all the valid points. But essentially, there could be two gods. The real creator of everything and the evil creator God who created humans to be slaves, tried to keep knowledge from us, tried to keep fire from us, tried to keep tools from us so we could be used as slaves. If we started gaining knowledge, he would wipe us out. The flood, extinction events, what have you. It's something to ponder. It really is. Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Okay. You got a serpent. There were two serpent gods, brothers. One wanted to enslave, the other wanted to free and teach. Which one gave humans knowledge? Eve ate from the tree of knowledge. The serpent was in the tree of knowledge and gave her the apple. Here, have your knowledge. And he got by his brother and took off to supposedly South America and became Quetzalcoatl, a lizard being. So, I mean, the Sumerian stories, the Bible stories, I mean, it's all similar. All religions have similar stories about floods and this and that. It's similar. So what's the truth? Why did they take all the books out of the Bible? So we don't have the knowledge to fight religion. Religion is the best way to control a populace. Fear.
Say.
Yep,
Mind
fear.
me, mind us, or you are going to burn eternally in hell. Been there, it ain't a bad place.
Well, we roll back into it, and then we go back and look at the Holy Book, and let's go pre. And I've said this many times, actually, on this even show, that I'm like, if you really want to know, understand the Bible, go ask a Jew. They'll be glad to explain it to you.
Yes.
Okay. But the thing is we have to understand is that even in the book, even in the book itself, and I'm speaking. Let's just use the Bible. So the original. We're going to go Old Testament. Okay. Even in the Old Testament, it expresses and tells you, and boy, they didn't want you to know this, but this is fact. If you paid attention,
Yep.
that even in the Bible, it said multiplicity. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That there was many gods, but none shall come before me.
The great
Think
I am.
about it. Think about it like Zeus was the head god. Then you had Apollo and all of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
This, Greeks had theirs. Everybody had their own. Look at how many gods Hindus have. I mean, it's crazy. Native Americans had this spirit, that spirit. The spirit of earth, spirit of water, spirit of fire, spirit of land. The Great Spirit. It's similar yet different, but even people from different places around the world who had no way to get to each other back then had similar stories of everything.
Yep.
How? From a previous evolved civilization that was somehow scattered after annihilation.
Mm-hmm.
There are Indian texts that speak of nuclear war.
Pre-existent Sumerian.
Yes.
Yep.
There is, and I know that Raven and Nikki had this conversation a couple of shows ago, and I brought this up. And this goes back, and you can go look at this. It's on the History Channel. I think it was also a documentary about ancient mysteries of alien technology or alien theory. And this is just proving, this is an item. EDW. All right. There's 4 spheres around the world that are known of pre-Sumerian time. And they have such a high radiation factor that it makes humans sick if they're there even for a day. Okay. So the EDW stands for Earth Defense Weapon. So it was these 4 items were put pre-existing Sumerian. So we know there was life pre-existing mankind as we know it now. Why am I going there with this? Well, we know Keith just brought it up that there was some version, some form of a nuclear blast, a nuclear bomb, it was something nuclear that took place.
Anything. Could have been anything.
Exactly. It could have been a meteor, right? Seriously. Mm-hmm. But we're not going to put that out. Let's look at everything. Okay. That's what we do. So if there was a society pre-existing mankind that we know today, how barbaric and how influential were they on our universe or our galaxy now? Did they just piss somebody off so bad that they had to come here and destroy and kill off whatever species was here before us? Or did they leave the planet and go somewhere else? I bring in, there's a lot of factual facts about movies. And one of the things that we're going to do is bring a were attempting to bring a show to the network that deals with the connection between Star Wars and spirituality. It's going to be an interesting show.
Heard there's some kind of link between the show, how he wrote the show, and that exact point, but I haven't looked into it yet.
It very much is. And it's not just that show. Think about the creators of Battlestar Galactica. So, like Jules Verne, stories come, and some of them have a good basis. Jules Verne, could he have been a psychic?
Hollow Earth. There's
Hollow Earth.
the cave entrances in Antarctica, which is a continent that we have not explored because it's under ice. At one time, it was not.
Right.
What's down there?
Yeah.
What's in those caves? That's supposedly where the Watchers, the Nephilim, are being held.
The Titans.
Yep. Titan.
Another name for them.
So here we go. We're looking at all these interesting points, and this brought me to full circle of what I was trying to speak of is there was existence, pre-existing human. We have proof of it. They're heavily guarded now because there's a specific frequency or tone that these invaders come to this planet. They may get zapped because there has been scenes of this weapon firing in the Soviet Union. That's where this one EDW is. And it fired off about the same time as Roswell.
Imagine that.
Interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm. Imagine
Now,
that.
this brings me full circle to what I was trying to say. Does it really matter who God is? The fact that the church doesn't want you to think, that many people out there don't want you to think, red-headed giants, when they are found, all evidence of immediately destroyed. That's a very good point. And who just put that up there?
Me.
Oh, rock on. Thank you.
Goliath. Giants in the Bible. Hello.
The Minotaur.
Yep.
Okay. These are very valid points. So, yeah, the fact is it doesn't matter who our creator looks like because it's still our creator.
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledge it. Let the church say it was an angel, or let the church go, it's an alien. I don't care. It's our creator. Now, something you spoke on, Keith. Go ahead.
We are created. It speaks in the Bible. We are created in our creator's image. Okay. That doesn't necessarily mean our creator looks like a human being. We are created of light. We are light beings. So as far as I'm concerned, what I see when I look at spirit is light. That is our creator.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, full circle to that, to the scroll that was found. We're created by word. So could that word actually be light?
It could be.
Energy.
Hey, Mama Peggy.
Even if it's not light, it's energy because it's spoken world. Your vocal cords move.
Energy.
Mm-hmm.
It goes around, hits your ear, vibrates your ear. Therefore, it is energy.
Mm-hmm.
Proven. And then that goes into your subconscious and your conscience at the same time.
Yeah.
And your subconscious is running 24/7.
And folks, this is why I don't watch horror movies. I'm just saying. This is one of the reasons. I do paranormal research investigating. And if I start watching these, maybe I shouldn't watch so much sci-fi, but my brain's created so much, that
I like her.
Yeah.
I don't know who she is, but I like her.
That's Nikki. That's Miss Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
That the fact that, oh man, you just don't. Let me get back on track. I just lost my thought there.
Sorry.
Damn it!
I'll go to my corner.
No, get back here. No tuba for you. No tuba for you. Anyway, okay. The fact is that you're right, the frequency and energy is needed to produce life. It's fact. It doesn't matter what a spirit looks like. It doesn't matter what our God looks like. We of man have created it as a male term. It may not have been a male. It may be a unisex. Could have been male, female, but it's still the creator. That's why I like to use universal creator. This is
Yeah.
one of the things that I will take from the Masons and say that I would agree with this part is I know you just cringed. Um, is the fact that a great creator. It's not male or it's not masculine or feminine, and that's one of the things that Masons understand. It's
Yeah,
not masculine or feminine.
angels are supposed to not be male or female.
Thus makes the
How you
phrase
succeed.
"the great I am." I just
I
am.
am. The twin
I
flame story.
I am. That's it.
Am. I am.
Mhm.
Therefore, I exist.
I exist, therefore I am.
The twin flame story. Originally, we were creatures
TV shows
with
are
two
shows.
faces, 4 arms, and 4 legs, and we became too powerful. And the evil creator God separated us from ourselves, and so we are constantly looking for our other half.
Mhm.
Hence, twin flame.
Absolutely, absolutely agree. And I'm going to respect that. Nikki just put up TV shows, our shows, made for. Wait, beat me to it. Entertainment purposes only. Information taken from parts of real reality and then added junk to it keeps the money flowing. And I understand your point, Nikki. Don't get me wrong. And that's your opinion point. But I'm telling you this. First of all, we're going to get into a psychological thing real quick with that because what she just brought up. Did you know that if you see signs, if you read license plates, if you listen to billboards, if you get messages from books or even from TV or from movies themselves, the psychological world, and that's psychologists, psychiatrists, they deem you with what? Do you know?
Some kind of crazy term.
Schizophrenia.
Yep.
They say it's
Imagine that.
schizophrenia.
I
That's
guess
what my
I'm
grandmother.
guilty.
That's what my
Yeah.
grandmother was put into a home for. Schizophrenia.
Now, my teachings of the universe, universal law, universal thought, what I was taught through my mentor is you pay attention to those things. You pay attention to license plates and watch what happens.
They can steer you through traffic and slow you down when there's a cop and let you
Yeah.
know when you can speed up and keep
Traffic.
you out of accidents. Go left, not right, you mess.
In traffic in life, not just on the road.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I'll look down to see what my time is on my watch or on my phone before I'm leaving a store with my mother, and we miss this 5 pile up that we would have been in, and we would have been dead.
Yeah.
On countless times, countless.
And I agree with that. And this is where I was going with that one is a lot of people were put in asylums in the past because they had supposedly schizophrenia. We're coming up to a time that we're all awakening. We should be awakening. We all should be awakening. My terminology, we should all be awakening.
Yes.
Even though not everybody is or doing their own way, but we should. Now, with that, some are later, some are younger, whichever. But there are messages for the human race delivered through people. Let me give an example of this. And Nikki, bear with me on this one. Like I said, I respect what you said. Nostradamus, Nikola Tesla, Einstein. The list continues. Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci, Raphael. Throughout these times, different things were given, and guess what? They have come to light.
Mm-hmm.
Da Vinci talked about flying trains and flying planes. Here we are. Now we're also looking at H.G. Wells. So Julius Verne predicted subways, airplanes, boats, spaceships, submarines, 20th leagues beneath the sea. So we know that at times, hey, what's up, Rave? So we know at times we are predicted by sci-fi or some form of movie. Okay, just saying, or a book, because they were books prior to movie, except for Star Wars, which was a book and then movie. Okay, Battlestar Galactica, movie. However, look at the premise of it. The idealistic point of Battlestar Galactica, they're coming to Earth. They're coming back home.
That.
Yep.
It's an interesting point of view as we all see that. It's up to each individual. Angels are what they feel in regards to gender. I always find it fascinating. Hey, that's a
I mean,
very good statement.
it's a good point. I mean, how else would you, when you encounter one, how else would it be to be integrated for you to feel safe than to see something that is, oh, you're a male, oh, you're a female, be able to
Mhm.
not freak out.
Well, and that's just like when you're on investigation. Spirits will come to you as they feel you can perceive them.
Yep.
We had a Cobra investigation one time, a case, and three of us investigators saw three, what we thought was three different spirits: child, middle aged, elderly. It was the same woman coming to us in different time periods of her life because that's how she felt we could better see and understand how she needed help.
Mhm. Exactly.
I mean,
It's
just
awesome.
like in the afterlife, I feel once you leave your meat suit and now you're just pure energy, you choose what you feel comfortable in. So if I want us to be the 16-year-old Renee, that's what I'm gonna appear as.
You know
You know,
what? The
I
interesting
see.
you said that was great.
You
That
know,
was
I mean,
good.
when I see my grandfather's 25 years old.
Mhm.
When I see my grandmother, she's 19 years old. When they come to me, all my ancestors. I mean, I may have pictures of them. You know, they all appear to me in what I feel their best moment in life, whatever it may be, what they feel is their happiest moment in their age
Yeah.
range.
My dad comes through in different ages depending on what I'm going through to show me, hey, remember me at this time of my life where I was. You're
Yep.
doing good. Keep it up.
But it's our perception that they know we have to acknowledge it factor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because maybe we didn't know our grandparents. Okay. They're going to deliver themselves in a light that we would understand.
Yeah.
If I may I?
Mhm. Mhm.
Go. Go.
Yesterday, I had a very spiritual event. Okay, don't do it. All right.
No waterworks, no dust are allowed.
Hey, you know what? If that happens, it's
And you know
okay.
what? And it's
Right.
okay too. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
you're fine. You're fine. Um, where gentleman came to my job. He's a truck driver. His name is Edson. He's from Brazil. My name is Edson. I started putting two and two things together. I'm going to try to make this quick for you guys. His name is Edson. My name is Edson. For some reason, the 12 tribes started to go through my head. And then I realized today or yesterday was my father's dated birthday as far as the 28th. Then I also found out he showed me where he lived, and he lives where my father grew up, and my grandfather was most potent to his fellowship. Because both my grandfathers were Methodist preachers, and that would be Irvington. So I'm going, wait a minute. Something caught me. 12 tribes. My dad's birthday. Irvington. I thought about the 12 tribes. What's the connection between Edson and Edson? I am named after my grandfather, and so is my brother Kenny. My grandfather is Edson Kenny Odell. I'm Edson. My brother is Robert Kenny Odell. I said, there's another connection here. 12 tribes. Here we go. Irvington. Then I went, wow. Then I caught the essence. I couldn't tell if the essence was me putting it out my father or was that my grandfather. But the man felt it too. He goes, "You got something around you." I said, I feel it too. I feel it too. And we left shaking hands. And he goes, "You have a good day, Edson." I said, "You too, Edson." And I shook our hands. I did a live a little bit after that because I had to compose myself. I talked to my brother and I went, "Man, if that does not give, if that's a coincidence, that's the biggest damn coincidence in the paranormal I have ever seen."
No. Five different things. 5 synchronicities. Change is coming. Good change.
Good change.
You know, I'm glad you guys said that because we're getting close to the end of the show, and I wanted to bring this up yet again. That this week has been enlightening for me once again. A new level I think I have finally ascended to. That I no longer have any frustration or anger towards anybody. But if someone delivers that in whatever form, and I said this to a dear friend yesterday, and it touched him. Take that energy, that negative energy, go to somebody, change it, turn it into positive, and give it to that person.
Transmutation.
Transmutation of passing it, paying it forward. And we don't need to allow people. Here's something that when I walked in the door last night, I will say this because I talked to Sarah and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I am." Listen to me because I don't want this to sound negative, but I am tired spiritually and emotionally of trying to be friends with someone who does not want to be my friend. I will no longer put forth the effort to be friends with somebody who does not want to be friends with me.
Exactly.
Let them carry on. Carry on our wayward son.
Peace when you are done.
Sarah, if you're watching, gotcha. But this is a valid point. We don't have to be friends with everybody. And even if we've known them for a coon's age, okay, that does not mean we have to continue.
No.
If you do not want to be associated, you do not want to be a friend of mine, get it for your own reasons, for somebody else talking, whatever. That is your choice. I am no longer going to continue to reach out to you and go, "Hey, I'm here, man. Hey, I'm here, man. Hey, I'm here, man." Now it's going, "You had your time. Now you can touch base with me."
Yeah, it's kind of a codependency thing. You know, always reaching out. Hey, do you need help? Can I help you? What can I do for you? It's a codependency thing.
It is a good, but
I've
it's
had to
also
deal with that.
you giving your energy out.
Yes, it is. It is.
And
But
you're giving your energy to people who don't give two flying rats ass about you.
there's a line. You got to pick and choose your battles.
Right.
Been there, done that. And as we change, our vibration changes. As these people change, for the better or the worse, their vibration changes. And as our vibration changes, up, down, whatever, you may be pulled to each other at certain times. You may be repelled by each other certain times. You know, Renee, what do you think about that?
It's totally true.
Yeah.
I mean, I've cut numerous people out of my life that I am not going to sit there and be a convenience for them, because I have no time for it anymore. Like I was sent here for a higher purpose,
Right.
and I'm supposed to live up to my purpose. And for so many years, I was stifled and worried and, oh my God, are they mad at me? Do they hate, like, and or better yet, tell them what I am and what I do, and then it's, oh, and being ostracized and being worried about that. I don't care anymore. I found my fellowship. I found where I belong. That's who I'm rolling with. And if you want to come along for the ride and change, because that's our job, you're supposed to change. You want better for this planet. You want better for this world, this galaxy, this lifetime. You are supposed to rise above the spiritual, sometimes bullshit,
Yes.
and be a better person.
Preach it.
Okay? And if you don't want to come, I'm not going to force you to change, but don't be pissed when I leave you in the dust.
Right.
And I'm going to save my own ass and be ready for what's coming.
Yeah, don't be upset
There's a
when
storm
something
coming.
There's a huge
There's
storm.
a storm. Let me tell you, there's a storm coming, and I feel it in my bones. And I've been telling a ton of people, it's time to evolve, and we have to evolve for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
We're waking up for a reason. I mean, there's the good and the bad and the everything. Like, and I use my own experience using the C word and the L word. That's when I got up and said, you know what? I'm done. This copacetic bullshit Renee that is woe is me, that little girl that's been hurt and tromped on and stomped on. You know what? It's time. I went in the mirror and looked at myself, took my own damn mask off, and said, there you are. That's the girl that's going to change something.
And it is
somebody, someplace, whatever. But that's what I did.
Yeah, and it's difficult to take your own mask off and look inside yourself. It is. I had to do that the other day at work. I messed up a little bit. I made a mistake. I learned from it. And I can do better today than I did then. But my little kid jumped out. My unhealed little kid jumped out that I've done so much work on and said, oh, shit, I'm going to start crying right here in the middle of everything.
Thank you.
Because my boss was giving me, we'll say, constructive criticism on what had happened. It turns out that what happened was actually a result of many different things, not just the way I put something together. There were what I did showed the other issues, so there was a purpose to it. But I mean, I literally just kind of started shrinking down, and I felt like I was 6 years old getting my ass ripped. And I noticed myself starting to tear up. I'm like, wait a minute, stop. Okay, this is an unhealed version of you that we need to work on and we need to let out in order to understand. And what that comes from is not having a father figure to do just that. I never had that. So therefore, I don't know how to deal with that. So it's time for me to learn. And since I made that assumption and understanding and comprehension, even when I am getting that constructive criticism, okay, what can I learn from this? I've changed the scenario.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mercury. Thank you, Pluto.
I'm going to say it like this too. This is something from me to the Ghost Riders and those of you out there. Is don't always take the word of another. Okay? Because that word may have been created with negative intent.
It's true.
And take the word that you listen to and you feel. If you don't think that person's in the right, then that person may not be in the right. You make the judge. Don't let somebody judge somebody else for you.
Yeah, listen, you got.
Exactly. Don't continue to allow. There's a phrase. Don't allow the words of the ignorant fools control your path. And I'm not saying that these people are ignorant fools. What I'm saying is, if you're listening to somebody and they're talking shit about somebody, talking negative, however, listen to the words they're saying. Listen to them. Look at them. And gather your own insight of whoever they're speaking about or whatever they're speaking about.
And look at their patterns.
Mm.
Their patterns and their cycles as opposed to what they are telling you.
Very true. Very true. And I think that's a major thing right there.
I mean, there's something I've always lived by is your beliefs don't make you a better person. Your behavior does.
I would and our behavior, who we are, can change, and situations could change us. We have to accept and acknowledge our own doings as well. That's how we progress. It's how we ascend. That's how we create.
Yep.
Beat me to it, Keith.
We're sitting
And
in
he's
a
walking
big
away.
classroom. Yep.
Yes, we really are. We really are. And that isn't really what this show is based on, but that is where we went with it today because of how we started. And it started with a reason and how we all started. And here we are ending it with the simple fact that we are all coming to the understanding, many of us, that it's time to ascend, change, and the rules of the universe,
Yep.
because the universal law never changes for anybody.
Nope.
So
There are no accommodations made.
exactly, I don't care if you're a healer or if you're a spiritual guide, if you're someone who is mentoring someone in spirituality, if you consider yourself Wiccan or Taoism or Anusian or Christian or Jew or Muslim, or if you're preaching hate, then you're not what you're saying you are.
Hate is hate.
Yep. Hate is hate.
Hate is hate.
And
Love is
hate
love.
is a learned behavior, by the way, folks. That's a learned behavior.
Yes, love and hate are two of the most powerful energies there are, in my opinion. And either one can make or break somebody.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we're at that time of change now, and we got to change it. We really got to change.
In order for you to hate this is how I'm going to bring it to my Catholicism roots. In order for you to hate somebody at some point in that fraction of time, you had to love them. You had to. Because you just don't, like I said, hate is a learned behavior. But you, at one point, something fractured, broke, or changed, or someone had an epiphany, which is fine, whatever. But it's a learned behavior. And we have to start loving one another.
Yes. And when you don't, go ahead.
No, I'm saying we have to. That's me talking to spirit. We have to. There's a time of change, and it's coming. Sides are
When
going to
you
be
don't,
picked. That's all I can tell
Yes.
you.
Not wrong. When you don't like somebody or their behavior or the words they're saying, I try to think, okay, was I this person that I'm seeing right now? And is that why I'm having such an adverse reaction to their energy right now? A lot of times it's yes.
It's triggers. Triggers. Be aware of your trigger, because in the people in your life, they may hit that trigger and then they can use it as a manipulation tool, a deceitful tool. Be aware of that.
Yes.
Be aware of that. And it's not, that's a part of knowing yourself, because then you're going to know that person and their intent. And we're all learning from this now. Yep.
Yeah.
I like that. She used that. I like that. Where to go? Dag on it. Dag. Mirrored effect. Yes, it's a mirrored effect. I totally agree with you, Michelle. Here we are. Mirror effect. Orion effect. That's why I created that show.
That's change.
Definite change.
That's change.
So let us, instead of getting angry with someone because of how they feel, their intent, let's choose the better path now.
Come here.
If they choose to be that way, let them do that. Don't accept it, and don't let it be your trigger anymore.
Nope.
I mean, we're at the new beginning now. We started the show again, like I said, talking about the scroll of Safar. For many people who may not know what we were talking about at the beginning, this is the scroll that was just recently found that talks about the very beginning, and it's predating Genesis. This is an amazing scroll. I urge you to go to YouTube and look up the Safar scroll, or go to my page, and if they want to share it out, it's a very interesting fact. But we are going to roll this right into that factor of We started there. Let's not continue to make the same mistakes we have in the past.
Yeah, that right there. And Greg Braden is the man that is speaking about that scroll. And go to his YouTube channel. If you're on, I can't think of the channel is on, but I mean, he's got some shows, and they will just knock your socks off.
You can find him on YouTube.
Amazing man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Go
Very
to YouTube and find him. It's very intriguing, very enlightening, and gives a lot more understanding of the time we're in right now, what we're in right now. Because as I've said before, I'm going to say it again. Let's see, you have to do the work to understand the trigger. Then you can adjust yourself. Well said, Michelle. Well said.
It's not my fault you got triggered because I did
Exactly.
something positive.
Right.
It's your issue, not mine.
Yeah. Why?
Figured it.
Why? What you did triggered me. So why am I the bad guy? TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Oh, I love this background. I can actually utilize it.
Isn't that cool? That is sweet.
Thank you. Thank you. So, in the gist of everything we're talking about, we've done today, let's just be better. Let's hold our tongue. If it splits, let the serpent run away. Let's not use that as a force of attack. That's all of us. That's all of us. Time is ticking. Yes, it is. TikTok. I've been doing the TikTok thing and the tap, tap, tap for many years now with reason. So here we are. We're at that time.
Just be if you were a good person today, be a better person tomorrow. And that's something my grandfather instilled in me at a really young age. You did good today, right? Yep. Be better tomorrow.
At least try. And Aaron Tippin, country singer. Whatever you do today, you'll have to sleep with tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I just thought about this. Whoever you're with that day may be the person you sleep with that night. Not sexual. You go there.
I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying.
Be aware. Be aware. That I think we can create now a stronger place because we have the power, we have the knowledge, and we have the wisdom to do it. Let's not be ignorant to the fact, shall we?
Agreed.
And one thing, I don't know why, but I got to throw this out. One thing I have noticed and learned, and I actually think I learned it from Mr. Rogers. When I get off work, I come home. If I change clothes, it depends on what clothes I put on as to how much gumption I have to get whatever I need to get done.
Yeah.
If I leave my dirty work clothes on, I don't have a lot of energy to do anything because I've already done the work. Now, if I put a new work uniform on, hey, it's time to go to work. Or if I put my grubbies on, my blue jeans, whatever, okay, it's time to go to work. I change
We're working
boots,
on that.
put the work boots on, change my hat. Yeah, the hat.
Yep.
Yeah, as soon as I was talking about the hat,
people,
there it is. Yeah.
People forget Mr. Rogers was a minister too, and a minister's son at one point.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I do have.
Not only was that, but did y'all know that
right.
he was a badass in the military?
Yes,
he was a sniper, wasn't he?
Yep. He was a badass in the military. So there you go. Just because you may have a rough side does not mean that you cannot teach, mentor, or help others expand.
Yeah.
I'm trailing. Sorry.
The energy showing, man.
I'm tripping.
The energy showing.
So, Ghost Riders, thank y'all for hanging out with us this afternoon. We did do this in an earlier time because, unfortunately, I do have two things. I've got a investigation tonight at Hamilton High School in Cartersville, Virginia, that I'm going to be supporting FPRI.
Good luck.
And next weekend, I will be on vacation. So we couldn't really do it because I will be in Stanton, Virginia with Black Raven Paranormal, myself and Sarah, and doing the Stanton Ghost Walk and checking out Stanton, Virginia, which again, this network is a heavy supporter of. Well, thank you, ma'am. We appreciate that. So until next time, the next first weekend of June, you will see us all back together. We're going to have, there's a pretty girl.
I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. That's Fred. Good girl. She had to say hi.
It's a pretty girl. It's a pretty girl.
Oh, goodness. Do you hear somebody talking to you?
We're going to have a banner that'll be created for the back of us. You'll see this show progress as well. As you'll see, soon we've got other shows that's coming out. We've got a Saturday morning show coming out that'll be at 11 o'clock. We may have 2 other shows coming to the network from another network. So we'll see. This network, like everything else, is going to progress. That's what we're doing. We're thankful to having the Otters Den here. We're thankful for Nate jumping on board and helping us behind the scenes, which many of you may not know, but she is part of our promotional team now. So congrats on that one.
I'm a share whore. I'll just put it there.
Congrats.
She really is.
I mean, it is
Share
what it is.
Sure.
Share.
So again, thank you all. You too. Thank you so much for hanging out and doing this show. Next month we will see where it goes. That may leave into maybe we'll talk about some Bigfoot.
Ooh. I don't know much about him, except he's the greatest hide and seek champion in the world. But I'm willing to learn. So
he's a big nothing. And until then, this is going to be none of those. Hey, we've got a phrase to say. No, we're just about to hit the Dusty Trail. We just want to say thank you to all of you. And as my point goes, as always, virtue be yours.
That as we turn off into the sunset, yeehaw.
Yeah.
to you.
Yep, happy trails.
Meet again.
That's what we need. Happy trails to you.
Sorry.
Gotta love it.
And isn't it interesting? Roy Rogers, his horse was named Trigger.